Next, I want to talk about Broderick Jones, Troy Fautanu, Dan Moore Jr., and, well, gather all the reactions from yesterday. Because we came on here, we broke the news that the Pittsburgh Steelers were preparing to start Troy Fautanu at right tackle, putting Broderick Jones on the bench, starting Dan Moore at left tackle. And you had the people who were freaking out, who were saying, that's ridiculous. I can't believe this is happening. You had the people who were looking at this and saying, you know, Dan Moore has played well. And then you had the people that were immediately jumping to Broderick Jones is a bust. This is over. Get him off the field. And I'll say this. I am very optimistic about the Pittsburgh Steelers situation moving forward within this offensive line. And I like the move that they made. I thought about it over the last 15, 16 hours. I really got to dive into it, really got to sit down and gather my thoughts. And my thoughts are simple. Broderick Jones should not be playing right tackle. He's struggling at right tackle. He's dealing with some sort of injury that he doesn't want to say is bigger than it is, but it definitely is. And he's a left tackle that, frankly, isn't ready to play left tackle, isn't ready to start at left tackle. And the Steelers, thankfully, have somebody who is. So the best case scenario is they have a rookie in Troy Fautanu who's ready to go out there, prove that he's a starter, be the franchise right tackle 2 games into his NFL career. And they get as long as they need to this season to let Broderick Jones sit on the bench, develop, work with Pat Meyer, work behind Dan Moore, learn from Dan Moore. And when he's ready, step into that role, because the Pittsburgh Steelers are not moving on from Broderick Jones. They didn't move up to get him. They didn't pick him 14th in the draft a year ago to 1 year later claim he's a bust. This is not a Kenny Pickett situation. And I think that there's, again, I think there's a little bit of nerve because of where the Pittsburgh Steelers have been the past couple of years. This is different. This is a guy who has more talent than anybody outside of George Pickens on the offense. I think hands down that this dude can be a franchise left tackle for years to come, and everybody saw it coming out of college. But he was also the most raw. He was the most inexperienced in his class. And if this is what he needs to sit here and sit on the bench and learn from these guys and take a breather and take a step backwards, and I think his confidence was getting hit by playing right tackle and struggling at it. Hopefully this rejuvenates that confidence. And I know it usually works the other way around where, oh, you get benched. That's a blow to the confidence. I think this one's a look at our game plan for you, because they're going to be transparent with this. Our game plan for you is to develop you as a left tackle and allow you to grow into that starting role without tossing you in there and letting you struggle even more. And Dan Moore is holding his own on the other side. I think that's fine. I have no worries about this situation. I think the Steelers are making the right move, and I'm glad that they made it early, because now we don't have to go through the Broderick has a bad game, everybody's calling him a bust. Broderick has a bad game, everybody's talking about you got to bench him. This is the fan base is turning on him. The Steelers are almost proactive in this situation and said, we see what's coming, let's not get there. Instead, we'll pull back ourselves and wait it out. So I think you jump the gun, it works, and you're going to take a lot of pressure off of Broderick Jones. Let the waves settle, and then when he's ready, you'll put him in there. I think this is the best way to go about this if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers. I've had some time to gather my thoughts, and my thoughts are this is a very confident move by Mike Tomlin and company, and one that is going to work out in the long run, at least in my eyes. What's up, guys? It's football season, and we've teamed up with DraftKings. Right now, new customers who bet $5 will receive $250 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, you'll receive 1 month of NFL Plus Premium. It's hard to think of a better way to celebrate fall weather, your favorite jersey, and Sunday touchdowns than with the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings app and use our promo code ALLSTEELERS. That's $250 in bonus bets instantly and 1 month of NFL Plus Premium after betting just $5. Stay in the action and use your $250 in bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings. DraftKings is the place to bet touchdowns. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You could still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code ALLSTEELERS and bet just $5 on any wager and get $250 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code ALLSTEELERS only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
The Steelers are very fortunate that they have, and some people aren't going to like this, but they're very fortunate they have Dan Moore playing as well as he did
Yes.
throughout this summer and into the season already. Because if he was struggling, there would be pressure to immediately say, all right, we're Broderick, you have to go to left. There's no time for you to adjust. It's now. Adjust with live bullets. Now, because Dan Moore has been good, and as you mentioned yesterday, has probably been the best of the five to start this season,
Yep.
you have the opportunity to say, all right, take your time readjusting. Because that was the one thing that I was concerned about. That was the one thing you were concerned about as we watched training camp unfold was, well, when are they going to move Broderick to left to allow him to get used to being back on the left side and
Yes.
readjust himself to being on the left side? Well, now he's being afforded that time because Dan Moore is able to start and is able to take those reps in live action. Meanwhile, it does put a little bit of pressure on Troy Fautanu, but at the same time, that's what you're going to want. And you're saying that he's ready. If he's ready to go at right, he's ready to go at right. And you're affording Broderick time to become ready at left to eventually take over for Dan Moore, which is what I think everybody expects.
Yeah. I don't look at this. And if Troy struggles, then we'll see Troy struggle. But they wouldn't make this move if they didn't think Troy was the better option at right tackle. You know, this move was equal parts protect Broderick and get the best starting five out there. That's what this was. And that they jumped it early because again, they just don't want what has happened to guys in the past. I truly believe that this is the Steelers putting a long-term plan into place early, and that's the way to go about this. And if Troy struggles, that's the other part of this is you could allow Troy to struggle. You could allow Troy to have his hiccups and to overcome those hiccups because that's where he's going to play. So there will be no talk of, well, you're developing him on the wrong side. You're going to turn him into a bust. You're going to ruin his career. It'll be more, that's a rookie. He's not playing that great. And don't get me wrong, you will have the overreactions. The overreactions will come, but they will be much more justified. You will be able to sit there and logically explain why these things are happening much more than you would if Broderick's sitting there playing right tackle and struggling doing so. So I think that all around this move works out for the Pittsburgh Steelers, allows them some comfort, not just now, but moving forward. And I mean, we, just like you said, all throughout training camp, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Okay, this is step A. This is the first step. We have began climbing those stairs. The Pittsburgh Steelers have put the wheels in motion to make it happen. Nobody should be rushing it. Nobody should be looking at this saying, Broderick should start at left tackle tomorrow. He should not. Dan Moore is too good right now to take off the field. But Broderick is the long-term starter at left tackle, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are beginning to get him there. And I think that's a massive move for Pittsburgh. This is the first time in a long time that Mike Tomlin is thinking ahead and making moves that are not just right now, but later, and doing them early enough where they don't hurt this team. I don't know if it's Arthur Smith. I don't know if it's Mike Tomlin. I don't know if it's Omar Khan or Art Rooney or whoever. Whatever it is, it's a great move for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm all about it. I think this is an A move in my eyes for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and one that comes with massive benefits moving forward.